Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55, the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the southwest board of Glacier, and it's under my command on my ForkU2 account. Game starting. And yes, we've got no sound on the engine. For some reason, Wargaming's still letting us down occasionally on that. But at least we get to see the replay, even if we can't actually hear it. Now, this game took place a couple of days ago. In fact, I only managed to get 2 games off in the entire day because they reset the computers just after I finished work on other videos. And so, only 2 games on that day, but they were good ones. So, we're loaded, we're ready to go, and I'm aiming towards the pass running up to the aircraft carrier. And there's no enemy in sight, but suddenly we see an Object 257 coming into sight, and he's actually headed towards the pass. So I think, well, I'll put around in his direction. Rounds out. Well, 498 hit points off that one. This is a 3 replay videos. So what I'm going to be doing is there'll only be 1 video today because obviously I have been working on projects tirelessly, and it's early in the morning. I'm absolutely knackered. And something else I've been doing, which I obviously need to tell you about, I'll tell you in a second, because we've got an E100 way over by the upturned capsized ship, and oh, it lands behind him, so only 136 off that one. You'll notice I'm relocating after each shot because I just don't trust some of the players nowadays. They might be trying counter battery, and well, I'm not in the usual spot, so I'm actually moving about a bit. And oh, I'm just a little too far close to that rock, so I can't get shot. So I'm going to back up a bit more. That's better. It looks like there was a shell exploding nearby. Okay, DK rounds out, kill shot. 416 hit points from that one. It landed right next door to him, but it still took him out. Now I can tell you what I've actually been doing recently is, I don't know if you know, but those of you who actually swapped your certificate, not certificates as such, but your most of you actually have those blueprints, and you were able to swap the blueprints for crew members and for camo skins for your vehicles. 395 off the E100. So that's the second shot I've had into him. Well, those of you who did swap the blueprints for crew members, you need to get those crew members into tanks as quickly as possible, because Wargaming are going to be taking them away if they haven't been assigned to a tank by the start of June. Or at least that's what I've been told. Now, obviously, some of you were able to get a crewman with just 1 skill, and others were able to get a crewman with and another kill from the AE Phase 1, and another other crewmen who were able to get with a Brothers in Arms as well as an additional skill at 100%. So you could actually put a full 6 cents crewman into your vehicle, whatever it was. So you have to get those assigned, and if you've got multiple accounts, it's going to be difficult to do that, but it will take a few hours to work out where to put them, reassign the crews, get them fit right. Yep, trying to get a shot on that TVP was difficult, but I think I did actually wound him, because the next time we see him, he is missing some hit points. There he is, and he's missing a lot of hit points. You can see there, and he's a 1-shot. He only had 1 hit point left. So obviously both of those shots must have stripped him of most of his health. Now we're 3 tanks up on the enemy at the moment. We're keeping them pressured. And I'm looking around for my next target. Okay, that Conqueror's gone behind that rock. I can't hit him. The E100's gone around the far side, so I've got no shot on him. But the Conqueror's backing up, so I might be able to get some splash. Unfortunately, all I get is stun. Now we see it. Object 704 right up on top of that hill, but over on the far side we see a Waffenträger, and much closer to home there's a T-49 There he is. Dicing it out with our Progetto 65. And unfortunately the Progetto dies, but so does the T49. And I'm now looking at that Object 704 again. Lining him up. Getting ready. Work out where he's going. Rounds out. Well, I got some stun and I got some damage. 176 and 192 stun. All adds up. Okay, Waffenträger auf Panzer 4 hiding behind the rock very successfully. He knows how to hide from Arty because he knows that that position is relatively safe. But of course, he can't get shots on our Char-Fu-4 while he's hiding behind the rock like that. He comes over to this side, which makes me think I might be able to splash him. I'm ready to go, but he's moved on to the other side again. Char-Fu-4 has just taken out the 704, no, the Wizzy 132. I get 150 hit points off the Wizzy, or the Waffle. And he's, well, the Wizzy 132A's decided to go straight through. He did get stunned and he got derped by the Waffle Tractor straight away the moment he went through. So, and there goes the Waffenträger. That means there's only 3 Arties left on the enemy team, and they're all in the corner. Now, the tree pattern tells me there's somebody in there. I'm going to fire a round into that corner. Rounds out. See if I can catch someone. Couldn't see any tracer, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, the tree went down. So we know that somebody was in there. In fact, actually, the M53, M55, the other good player on my team, managed to get the FB3805, and he was there. But we just saw the 212A hiding just in that corner. And he's in the open. And he's just got killed. There goes the M53, M55. And that is the end of this game. It's a victory. So, a very fast game. Let's have a look at the second one. The second game is on the Arctic region map, and it's on the same account. Okay, and yet again we're missing the engine noises, but that won't bother us. Now I'm knocking the camp down because that's very important to do. Obviously a lot of people forget to do that, and sometimes it can be crucial. In fact, on certain maps there's buildings that you must destroy in the camp area, because if you don't, they do provide shelter for enemy tanks that happen to be going through. Oh, 2 trees knocked down. Yes, enemy tanks can literally hide in the camp area behind the a building, especially if they're and my teammates are knocking trees down as well. Yeah, they can hide, and it can be rather inconvenient, especially if you're Arty and you're located a long way away. Okay, we've got a Kampfpanzer, and yes, he's got wiped out. That's one of the new ones, by the way, that they're doing on the challenge at the moment. So I fired my round at the Jagdpanther 2, but it was rather hasty, and so it wasn't as accurate as I liked. So reposition, and we've noticed a Char-Fu-4 hiding just behind that rock up there, and it's an AMX M449 it's not the Liberté version, it's the plain clothes version, also in that corner. I was kind of expecting them to come into sight, but no, they haven't. And in fact, actually a black dog's suddenly come into sight in the centre of the map, and I noticed that. So I thought, yep, that's got to be the target instead, because he's in plain sight. He's going after our Kampfpanzer 50 ton. So, okay, let's see if I can put this guy out of the game. Thin armour, right tank, rounds out. One shot! Penetrated him, took him out. 480 hit points. Not a full kill, because he'd obviously been hit, but it's rather satisfying when you get an enemy tank go up in one shot. Yes, it happens at the moment, but it probably won't happen after 1.13. In fact, I very much doubt it will at all. Okay, this rock to my left is actually proving to be a bit of a problem, so I'm going to reposition. Much better position where I can actually get better shots in that direction. Okay, but I've actually decided that I'm going to go and try and help the south area. So I'm repositioning, adjusting my centre, my arc. Remember, the M53, M55 can only fire 30 degrees either side of the centre line. And to avoid reticule bloom, it can actually help sometimes just to reposition your vehicle, center the arc somewhere else. You notice I'm looking at that at the moment. Okay, I've just repositioned, but... Oh, Jagdpanther turns up again. But instead I'm going straight back down to the Ice Road, as they called it. I think it was called the Ice Road, or South Pass. Lined up. Rounds out. Well, I hit both of them there, and I tracked the Conqueror, and I've got some stun assist and damage assist. So that one was quite useful. Repositioned, waiting for a reload. Now, you'll notice I've actually toggled for the second shell, the premium shells, because obviously I thought I was going to be attacking two tanks at the same time. But both of those tanks got wiped out, so all I can go for now is this Leopard. I can see who's moving up there. Rounds out. And you see, sometimes it does actually pay to have the premium round, because even though the shell landed a little way away from that Leopard prototype, I still got him. So that's the second kill. Still looking for enemy tanks. I'm reloading another premium. I've got 4 of them in this one. Okay, I'm hoping that Jagdpanther will come to sight. It didn't, but an enemy Arty has, and it's the M53, M55. Round out. Yeah, he went up completely. And I'm now looking for another one. There's a cruise over there. Oh, Arty. Bad chat, 155, 55. I'm not loaded, but I am going to dial in just in case my teammates leave it for me. Sometimes they do that, or they forget to attack a tank who's in the dip. And this one is in the dip. About to shoot. Bounce out. Yeah, that's fatal. So that's 2. Can I get the GW? No. They're desperate to get any kill they can now. So 4 kills. It looks like that's all I'm going to get. The last enemy has decided to throw a caution to the wind, and it just gets hit from all different directions at the same time. And that game is over. So it's another victory. And that was the subsequent battle to the previous one on Glacier. Let's have a look at another battle. Well, this game has just started, and you'll notice I'm in my alternative account, the general disturbance account, the main account actually, and I'm in my 2 marks, M53, M55 on this one, and this battle took place only yesterday. Now, you noticed I knocked down the camp before I left the area, and I'm now moving over to the west side of the map, north spawn of Abbey. 31.94 seconds is my reload time. Standard reload time is 40.27. I do use vent purge as well as premium vents, so I have got quite a few extras, the innovative rammer and all those as well. Rounds out the standard B, just a little late, so I only get 157 hit points off him. And it looks like my teammates have left it a bit late to actually intervene and stop those guys moving. I've just changed position to avoid counter battery, and now looking to get another shot. That tower nearby might be a bit of a problem, but I have got a bead on the standard B. He's trying to get a shot on our T-55A, who's gone over onto the island. He's firing back though. Rounds out. Well, it landed behind him for 244, and I'm backing up to change position. Not much, but just enough. Okay, wait for the reload to go in. The standard B must still be there. But we've got an AE phase 1 and a Progetto 66. And the Progetto is very low on hit points. It'd be very nice if I could take him out quickly. Rounds out. Oh, he pulls back just in time to avoid a direct hit that will wipe him out. so I only get a tiny amount off him. And you notice I'm moving whilst I'm in the aim mode, so I'm actually using Battle Assistant. My reticule blooms as it does it, but I have changed position without looking away. That's all for all you people who keep looking away immediately so you can move position. You don't have to. You just move whilst you're still looking. Okay, I've loaded and I'm now trying to get around on that A phase 1. Rounds out. Ah! Well, it hit the building and knocked that down. Now this is quite an exciting replay. I won't tell you how exciting it is, but you'll probably see that towards the end. To start with, it's actually fairly conventional. We're only one tank up on the enemy, and we've got slightly less hit points than the enemy. I'm trying to get a shot now on the M46 pattern, right down at the end of the western pass. Rounds out. It landed behind them, but I got some hit points off the Progetto at the very least. I'm changing position. I'm going to move slightly over to the west, see if I can get a shot on that pattern again. Okay. Now we're under pressure because they have got more tanks in the western area than we have. Patton is very low on hit points. I could take him out if I can get a shot on target. Rounds out. Yep, got him. So I've got my first kill in this game. Now looking at that Progetto, and I'm also looking at the Charfu 204 who's moving up undercover. And we've got a Charfu 204 slightly further up the pass. But it's this Progetto who's obviously tracked side on, making a very easy target to that Charfu 204. And yes, he's got him out the game. We're loading another premium round. I'm going to try and get that Charfu 204. Rounds out. Yep, got him. 262, second kill. Okay, believe it's time to go. And I'm going to get out of here whilst I'm still looking. Yep, because I noticed that the far west channel is now free and the enemy could run straight towards our cap. In fact, the Charfu 204 has already retreated and he's pulled back to the north end. I can't stay where I am. If I try to, I will get wiped out. And in fact, actually, this was a correct summation of the situation because that's exactly what was going to happen. Okay, we've got an E75. I'm just going to dial in and fire this shot and then relocate again. Ready? Rounds out. He moves directly after I fire. And that's something that's actually going to happen a lot when the Arty warning indicators come in, because people will dodge the shells just by moving a tiny little bit. And that means Arty is going to find it much, much more difficult to actually get hits on target, direct hits. We won't get penetrations and we're unlikely to get direct hits as well. Now I'm almost loaded and we notice this Arty out in the open and he's over on the west side of the cap area. He goes into that corner and the shell falls short. It wasn't fully dialed in before I shot and he missed, or at least I missed that. But yes, that M53, M55 is going to cause problems later on. I think it's him or it's the other one. Anyway, I'm sticking around here just for the moment, but I noticed that Progetto 66 is getting close. There he is again. He's making a quick retreat. In fact, he's going over to this corner, and there's the other one. They're both low on hit points. Oh, and he gets killed. Now, the other one was the one that I fired at short while ago. I noticed the Progetto's way too close, and at this point, turning around to see if I can get a shot on one of them. Decide, no, I'm not going to get a shot, not before he gets a shot on me. So I have to get out of here quick. Now, I do make an error in this game, and I'm about to make the error in a short while. I'm just going to take one shot at the Conqueror before I move back and retreat further. Okay, the Conqueror's trying to get away. Going back, I fired a quick round in and it wasn't fully dialed in, and that was a wasted shot. Now what I should have done is I should have held my shot, held my round, and waited until he came back into sight. So this is where I make the other mistake. Well, that was the first mistake. The second mistake is that I don't move to where I can actually get decent shots on that Conqueror. The Char Futura is the only one who can spot for me, and he's only a short distance away. I'm now aiming to try and help my teammates at the other end. Can't get the shot near the Tortoise, even though he's a splash kill. So I'm going to have to move again. 8 rounds left. Yeah, this is one mistake here again. I sit here hoping that the Char Futura 4 will spot the enemy for me. I'm backed up against the edge of the river. Don't want to get too much further back, otherwise I will get... oh, and I've been spotted! And that was the mistake. You see, the enemy did spot me before I saw him. And I move only a short distance away and then thinking, oh, I'm unspotted now. And in fact, actually, no, I was still in sight of the enemy. I backed up a little. The Conqueror goes. I'm ready to take a shot to the south, and that happens. Yep, the M53, M55 and the enemy team, the one that got away, the one I fired at who went into that corner, managed to get a round into me for 437 hit points. So now I'm a splash kill. Trying to get around on that 263. Rounds out. Only gets 64 hit points. Now that guy's at the other end of this road, but I'm going to have to move because that Char Futura 4, I don't know where he is. Looks like the 263 is about to kill our Tortoise. Yes, he has. And we have got a Wizzy 111 GFT. But I had the suspicion he's going to get him as well because he's very healthy. And yes, he has just killed him. Round up. It lands long. But it did track the 263. And I think at that moment the 263 realised that the Char Futura 4 on our team and the GW Tiger were actually coming down the other path, and so he turned round and headed back the other way. Now I was getting ready to attack this guy head on, but the Char Futura 4 goes in. I think he's got the better of that guy. Rounds out. It goes long. Again, I get some hit points, but if it landed in the 263 it would have killed him for sure. He's turning to attack the Char Futura. The GW comes up behind him and he shotguns the 263 in the ass and takes him out of the game. So it's 3 on our team versus 2 on the enemy. They've got a Char Futura 4 and an M53 M55. We've got a GW Tiger, a Char Futura 4 and an M53 M55, but we're all low on hit points. We've got more than the enemy. Remember there, Arty's got virtually no hit points at all. In fact, he's about the same as me in terms of hit points. I'm going to go down this end. I might try and get into the cap and start capping. If the Char Futura 4 is up the other end of the map, if he starts capping, I'll cap. But I might just go into the cap anyway to draw him back. Our Char Futura 4 has come back and he's about to... well, he's near the enemy cap. Now I thought, would the M53, M55 be hiding in that corner? So that's why I turned in that direction. And there's the M53, M55, and he just hit our Char Futura 4. But before I can get an aim shot in that direction, he takes him out. So only one enemy left, a Char Futura 4, and 3 on our team. So I decide I'm going to cap. And I go to this corner. Obviously, this is a corner where you're hidden if somebody actually is coming towards the cap. And the GW Tiger just got taken out behind me by the Char Futura 4. In fact, they're saying no, I think there's no ammo. Oh, well, that was actually, I think it was one of the others who said no ammo. But the Char Futura 4, somebody said no ammo. The enemy Char Futura 4 must have seen the GW Tiger in that corner, so it must mean that he's somewhere on the river road. Or at least he was. In order to see the GW, he had to be in that direction. So he could be trying to come up by the corner. So I've knocked the tree down, provide cover, and hidden behind it rather than go into the cap. The Chafu-Chu-4 is a short distance away. There he is. Other side of the cap. I told you this would get interesting. There's 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the clock. It's 2 players with 2 kills against 1 player who's got 3 kills. Just repositioning myself. I've only got 5 rounds left, but that should be enough. Now, because obviously there was no point in trying to aim, I was actually in shotgun mode all the time at this point. I was looking in all directions, trying to find out where he might be. And in the end, I decided the only way he could actually come through would be to go through that gate over there by the river, come round the corner, up by the gap, and then try and squeeze his way round without being spotted for using the bushes. So if he was to come round that way, I'd only have a split second to get around into him. We've had the 2-minute warning. Chafu-Chu-4's decided he's going to go up the other end of the map. I'm sticking here to defend the cap for the moment. I think he felt that the Chafu-Chu-4 might try to go to our cap area. He's gone into the Abbey. I'm covering this corner. Of course, the M53, M55 is one of the few Arty in the game that does have gun depression, which means you can get shots below the level. 5 degrees of gun depression. Last minute's counting. Chafu-Chu-4 still looking. Can't see the enemy. Very tense moment. He's found him! I react instantly to go to the aim. We know where he is. He's in the sniper position. He puts a round into the Chafu-Chu-4, goes back for one more. He kills our Chafu-Chu-4, but I get him with only 21 seconds left on the game, and we get a win. Arty wins again. Well, in the first battle on Glacier, that was a third-class tanker. I managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I managed to get 13, and I got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on my team. My win rate wasn't that high, 2,387. I've done much better than that in the past, but it was still a fairly good game. And this account, well, it's only got 1 mark on the barrel on this particular M53, M55, so I'm still working the crews up. If we look at the team score for it, we can see that I didn't get the highest damage in the game, well down actually. The highest scorer was the Progetto 65, 3,799. That was the guy who got killed by the T49. The second highest damage was actually done by the FB4005 on the enemy team, 3,150 to him. And the third highest damage was the E4 on our team. I got 2,130, which is still fairly good, but it's nothing to write home about. But when it came to kills, I was joint second because the E4 managed to get 3 kills and our Batchat 155-55 got 2, I got 2, the Conqueror got 2 and the Wizzy 132A got 2, and only 2 members of the enemy team got 2 kills, the Waffle Tractor and also their M53, M55. When it came to base XP, it was the Batchat 155-55 who did the best. He got more damage than I did and he must have got more stun assist. At least I think so. Yes, he 1437. He got 958 base. 866 went to the Wizzy 132A. 865 went to the M103. I got 824. I think he also probably hit more high tier opponents, more tier 10 opponents. That may have helped him as well. I fired 10 rounds in that game, got 3 direct hits, no penetrations. Remember, as I've shown on the previous videos, used to have penetrations all the time at with these Arty. Doesn't happen anymore. 11 splash, 2,130 hit points, all of it done at more than 300 meters. I damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2, that's why I got the Confederate. 235 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. So yes, that Batchat did get more stun assist than I did. 30,714 credits from that, and 65,000 credits because I completed the mission. First win of the day. 95,714 credits altogether, and after ammunition resupply, 77,014 credits to take away. 1,236 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,472 experience points altogether. So in the that was a fairly good game. I was quite happy with that one start. And in the second game, that was the one on Arctic region. That was the second battle of the game before they did a reset. And I got a second class tanker this time, a fighter badge and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I got 11. 2077, again, not so great, but it was a fun battle. I did get those one-shots on the M41 grand final, and also the Arty at the other end. Just wiped him out with one shot. And so, yeah, it was a reasonable game. I got some decent damage. You can see I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Char Future 4 on the enemy team, 3,356. And then the second highest damage was our TS5 with 2,952. And the third highest damage was our Char Future 4 with 2,544. And I only got 1,913. But I did get the highest number of kills in the game with 4. 3 kills went to the TS5 and the Waffle Tractor, and 2 kills went to the Char Future 4. And when it came to base XP, it was the TS5 who did the best with 1253. I came in second with 888, and third was the Smur SM with 822. In this game, I only fired 7 rounds, but I made them count. Got 2 direct hits, 1 penetration. Now, the penetration was more than likely that M53, M55. It would have gone straight through him. Yes, it did. Absolutely went straight through one end and came out the other and blew him to pieces in the process. 7 splash as well. 1,913 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. Damage 6, kill 4. 410 hit points of damage assistance and 1,400 hit points of stun assist of 4 stuns. It's going to be difficult to get stun assist in the future if enemy tanks aren't stunned for as long. 39,225 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply, and yes, I did use all my premium rounds, 7,745 credits to take away, 1,332 XP, 2,664 for completing the mission and events, and took away 3,996 experience points altogether. I didn't put boosters on that morning because I thought that they might try to do a reset, and I was absolutely right. They did do a reset, and I only got 2 games in. It was a good job I didn't put the boosters on. But let's have a look at the third game. That was the one with the exciting ending. And talk about last second win. Well, it was 21 seconds anyway. It wasn't a last second, but it was very exciting. A second class tanker in this one on my general disturbance account. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. I managed to get 10, but I didn't get any other medals. And, well, I felt a bit aggrieved about that, but you can't have it all the time. 1,657 was the win 8. Not so good, but it was still acceptable because I did manage to get the last kill to win the game. When it came to damage, you can see that it was definitely the Char Future 4, that brave guy who went out to try and spot the enemy. He got spotted, got taken out. 4,921 hit points went to him. And the second highest damage was the AE Phase 1 on the enemy team with 3,974. Followed by their Object 263, who did a good job with 3,761 to him. I only got 1,601 hit points, but when it came to kills, I actually got the joint second place because the Char Future 4 on the enemy team, the one I took out right at the end, he had 4 kills, and then 3 kills went to the GW Tiger, myself, and also the Object 263 on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was our Char Future 4, the guy who went out to try and find the enemy. He got 1,231, the AMX50 120 got 1,035, and the Tortoise got 1,026. So they worked really hard and must have got good scores. I only got 897, mainly because I was hitting lower tier targets or same tier targets rather than higher tier ones, but at least I got the kill at the end of the game. 16 shots fired in this one, right down to the end. 1 direct hit, no penetrations, 14 splash, damage of 1,601 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. I did receive a hit by way of splash. It wasn't a direct hit. If it had been, it would have taken me out the game. The hit must have landed just a short distance away, so he was guessing where I was, and he got it right. 1 hit, but it didn't kill me altogether. It left me on only a few hit points. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed. Obviously somebody must have done better to get a Confederate, because yes, you can see here the enemy M53, M55 got a Confederate 8-0. So yes, that was the best one in the game. I only got 6 vehicles over and above what I killed, so that's why he did better. He got the Confederate, I didn't. 1,296 stun assist of 10 stuns. And on a premium count, I earned 33,966 credits. And again, this was the first battle of the day. 50,000 credits from completing the mission and events. Total of 83,966. And after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 28,457. I earned 1,345 XP, times 2 for the first victory on this occasion. 2,691 experience points altogether. So I thought I'd put those together in one replay, one video for you. And it was quite exciting, that battle, because at the end, just didn't know where that Char Future 4 was going to come from. I thought he might try to make an attempt to come into the cap area and try and find out where we were, but I just couldn't be certain if he would appear. So the best thing you can do if you're Arty in a situation like that is set up an ambush and try and guess where you think the enemy's going to come from. And if it turns out that he is actually somewhere else, then try and get a shot on him before he can do the same to you. And in this occasion, actually, he'd set up to try and attack anyone who went to their cap. And that was his undoing, because although he tried to take out the Char Future 4, he picked such an obvious spot, which was fairly easy for me to actually get a shot on him from. And I managed to land the shell near enough to actually get a splash kill on him. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed all 3 of those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below, because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.